Whatever results we are currently experiencing gives us information on what our true commitments really are. I read this statement in the book, Be Your Future Self Now by Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and the statement really made me pause. What I realized in reading the statement is when I consider my results, there are some things that I say I'm committed to that are not showing up in my results. So based on that statement, I'm not really committed to them. Wow, okay. That made me pause. Now, the good news is that in many areas of my life, my results and what I say my commitments are in alignment. And it did give me a couple of key areas to really give some thought to as to what is my decision. Is my decision I'm really committed to it, or is my decision that I am not? It needs to be one or the other. As I read further in the book, I came to this statement. Am I committed enough to uncommit from what I currently have? Am I committed enough to uncommit from what I currently have? Now, my interpretation of this is, am I willing to step out of my comfort zone, to disrupt my comfort zone, to alter my routines, habits, beliefs, mindsets, doubts, and those things that are excuses that I can dress up as reasons? Am I willing to step away from all of those to live my best life, to live my purpose? Now, this question for me was significant enough that, in full transparency, it took me a bit to really answer. Because as I thought about it, no matter what my answer was, something was going to change. Either I'm going to change my commitments, the desired results that I've said I have, or I'm going to change my comfort zone. For me, the answer came down to, will I regret not swinging for the fences? Will I regret it if I don't do this? And that answer came much quicker. That answer was a resounding yes. If I do not disrupt my comfort zone to live my best life, I am likely to regret that. So this is what I decided. The first thing is to be kind to myself. I did not have this level of awareness. Now I have the level of awareness, so I can work on it. Am I going to be perfect? Am I going to make all those changes right away? No, of course not. So practice self-kindness. Step 2, I knew I needed to interrupt my patterns and routines because much of what I currently have is really running without my conscious thought. I found for me the best way to do that is by questions. I've shared earlier this year that one of the questions I started using is, will my future self thank me for this? And I found that question to be super helpful. Sometimes the answer is, no, not at all. My future self won't care one bit. And other times it's a resounding yes. I decided I needed another question to help me with this new awareness. So the question that I came up with is, what am I committed to? Let me give you an example of how this has worked for me. This is a fun example. Saturday, I'm in the grocery store. I'm doing my grocery shopping. It's pretty typical for me. And I may not have ever shared this before, but M&Ms are like kryptonite to me. M&Ms are the hardest thing for me to walk away from. I'd already walked past the M&M aisle once, and yet as I'm getting close to the cash registers, I'm still thinking about M&Ms. I ask myself the question, what am I committed to? No M&M. Once I asked myself that question, the answer was very quick. I'm committed to health and wellness, and that's part of living my best life. So how about you? If you take a look at your results, what do they tell you about your true commitments? Are there some things you're saying as a commitment, but your results don't show it? Take a few minutes and give it some thought. I am finding this to be, although originally shocking, a pretty enjoyable journey of being fully committed to my future life.